So, what if the key to solving some of the world's biggest problems wasn't some brand new technology, but actually a deeper understanding of, well, of people? We're going to dive into the world of social entrepreneurship and see how empathy isn't just some soft skill, it's actually the most powerful tool you can have for creating real, lasting change.
I mean, think about it. Before we can even start building solutions, we have to immerse ourselves in the lived experience of the people we want to help. We've got to try and walk in their shoes, see the world through their eyes, and really feel the weight of the challenges they face every single day. It's all about moving past the data and the spreadsheets to connect with the raw, unfiltered reality of their lives.
You see, the challenges that social entrepreneurs tackle, they're rarely just about a lack of money or resources. As this quote gets at, sometimes the most powerful form of oppression is when people are conditioned to accept their circumstances as just the way things are, to believe that a better life is for other people, but not for them.
And that feeling of powerlessness, it breeds what researchers call low emotional energy. It's this deep-seated sense of hopelessness. And honestly, any social venture that wants to succeed has to first understand and figure out how to address this invisible emotional barrier.
Just imagine for a second, feeling like you're constantly fighting a losing battle, like every single door you knock on is locked. That's the reality for millions of people. That shame, that fear, that constant disappointment, it's a heavy, heavy burden to carry. And it can make it feel almost impossible to even dream of a better life, let alone try to build one.
So, how do we start to tear down this wall? Well, it all begins with a fundamental shift in how we see things. Instead of looking at people as problems that need to be solved, we need to see them as partners in creating a better future. It's about moving beyond pity and really embracing a genuine desire to understand their world from the inside out.
And that's where something like this comes in. An empathy map is an incredible tool that helps you step into the shoes of the people you want to help. By asking these simple but honestly profound questions about what they see, what they hear, what they think, and what they feel, you start to get a much deeper understanding of their hopes, their fears, and their dreams. It's really the first step to designing solutions that actually meet their needs.
By answering those questions, you can create something called a user persona, which is basically a living, breathing representation of the person you're trying to help. And this isn't just some marketing gimmick. It's a super powerful way to keep your team focused on the real human impact of your work. So go for it. Give your user a name, a face, a whole story. You'll be amazed at how it changes your perspective. What's so amazing about this example is how it takes us past the surface-level problem of, unhealthy eating, and it shows us the real emotional toll it's taking on Matilde, the stress, the frustration, the feeling of being trapped in a cycle she can't seem to break. That is the low emotional energy we were just talking about. And by understanding this, we can design solutions that don't just address her physical needs, but her emotional well-being too.
Okay, so now that we've really connected with the who, it's time to get down to business. How do we turn all this empathy into a concrete plan of action? Well, get ready to meet the T-Tool, a really powerful framework that will help you build a bridge from your heart straight to a thriving social enterprise. Think of the T-Tool as kind of a blueprint for your social venture. It's a simple, one-page guide that helps you lay a really solid foundation for your business. It makes sure that every single piece of your plan is aligned with your ultimate goal of making a positive impact, and it breaks it all down into 4 simple levels. Before you can change the world, you have to know why you want to change it. What's your personal connection to this cause? So for a venture helping someone like Matilda, the why isn't just sell healthy food. It's more like empower busy professionals to reclaim their health and well-being. Answering this gives you a clear sense of purpose, and that's the fuel that keeps you going when things get tough.
Next up, who? Because you can't do this alone. Building a successful social venture is a total team sport. Who are your key partners? For Matilda, maybe that's local farmers or gyms. And who are your customers? Well, it's Matilda and a lot of others just like her. Defining your stakeholders with that persona-level clarity, it builds a really powerful coalition for change.
Okay, level 3. How? This is where the magic happens. How can you use your unique skills to create something that actually transforms lives? For Matilde, the how could be a subscription service for pre-prepped, healthy meal kits. This is your chance to dream big and design a solution that's going to leave a lasting legacy.
And finally, how much? Let's be real. Changing the world costs money. But don't let that discourage you. For our service for Matilde, the costs are things like ingredients and delivery. The revenue is the subscription fee. By creating a solid financial plan, you make sure your social venture isn't just a passion project, but a sustainable business that can make a difference for years and years to come.
Now, all this might sound good in theory, but what does it actually look like in practice? Let me introduce you to Martin. He's a young man who went from being a victim of his circumstances to a powerful agent of change. His story is just an incredible testament to the transformative power of empathy, and it's a reminder that even the biggest, most formidable walls can be broken down.
Martin's childhood was a daily struggle for survival in a shantytown where hope was pretty hard to find. He was surrounded by poverty and despair, and the weight of it all just crushed his spirit. He was a classic case of that low emotional energy, completely convinced he was destined for a life of failure.
But then, something incredible happened. An NGO and a really compassionate teacher entered his life. They were what we call known strangers, people from outside his immediate circle who saw a spark in him that he couldn't even see in himself. His teacher didn't just teach him to play the piano, she taught him to believe in himself. And that was a total game changer.
And this was the turning point. The moment he went from being a recipient of help to a giver of it. You can just hear the pride in his voice. His emotional energy completely shifted from a state of deficit to a state of abundance. And that empowered him to not only change his own life, but the lives of others too.
Martin's story is such a powerful reminder that social entrepreneurship isn't just about helping individuals. It's about building bridges between different communities to create a more just and equitable society for everyone. He's not just running a business anymore. He's leading a movement.
Martin's work is a perfect example of how one person's efforts can contribute to a much larger global movement. In fact, his work to create new opportunities aligns perfectly with several of the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, like reducing inequality and promoting decent work. So let's zoom out for a second and take a look at these goals and see where you might fit in.
You know, the UN Sustainable Development Goals are so much more than just a list of problems. They're a roadmap to a better future. They're a challenge to every single one of us to use our talents to make a difference. So just take a look. Which one of these goals speaks to you? Which one ignites a fire in your belly and makes you say, I have to do something about this?
So take SDG 2, Zero Hunger. The question isn't just how can we feed people? It's how can we create a world where everyone has access to nutritious and affordable food? What kind of innovative solutions, maybe like the one from Mathilde, could you come up with to address this huge, complex challenge?
Or think about SDG 7. I mean, can you even imagine living without electricity? No lights to study by, no fridge to keep your food from spoiling. This is reality for millions. But it doesn't have to be this way. Every world-changing movement starts with one person who dares to believe that a better future is actually possible.
The world is absolutely full of problems, but it's also full of people just like you who have the power to solve them. You now have the tools. You have empathy, you have personas, you have a strategic blueprint, and you have the inspiration to make a real difference. So what are you waiting for? Go out there, find a problem that breaks your heart, and use your empathy to build a better world for all of us.